Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new sport from Pro League Network and Slap Fight Championship. This one is Gut Punch League. They had their first event, and today I'm going to be reacting to the grand final of that event between Chowtick and Ground Shark. Chowtick's coming in at a height of 5'9" with a weight of 180 pounds, and that dot on the end of his nose, I cannot lie, does kind of look clownish, or even Rudolph-esque. Chowtick, the blue tip nose Gut Punch League fighter. Ground Shark's coming in at a height of 6 foot, a weight of 176 pounds, and absolutely nothing tattooed on his nose, giving me no ammunition for jokes. Disappointing. He even has his lips tattooed. I called him Chowtick, and I'm being told right now it's chaotic. Why is there a dash? And is it scared of the T? Is that why it's closer to the O? I really have to stop getting caught up on all these small details like that. Let's take it down to JT and Mark for the rules of Gut Punch League. But before we do that, I tried to open a push door by pulling. Man, that music makes anything sound epic. I talk to mannequins like they're real people. Come on, tell me I'm lying. I tried unlocking the wrong car door and got arrested for attempted Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, man, this is a lot of fun. But let's get to the rules. I argue with Siri because she has a female voice. Alright, sorry, last one.
The rules of Gut Punch League. At Gut Punch League, each match is scheduled for 2 one-minute rounds. If the scorecards are even after 2 rounds, the judges may add a third. During round 1, each competitor will throw 1 punch to the strike zone of his opponent. The strike zone is the area beneath the rib cage and above the waistline. 2 punches will be thrown in round 2, and if there is a third round, 3 punches. All strikes must be straight. No hooks or uppercuts will be allowed. After receiving a gut punch, a competitor has 5 seconds to respond. If the fighter is unable, he may take a knee and return to the match after a 10 count. However, the scorecards will reflect it as a knockdown. If a fighter punches outside of the strike zone, he will be charged with slugging. The competitor will receive a warning, and a second slugging infraction will result in a point deduction. Any fighter that avoids the punches will be charged with dodging, first a warning, and then the loss of a point. All strikers must stand with their feet shoulder-width apart while punching, with points deducted for excessive advancing or retreating during the rounds. Competitors can win the match via judge's decision, 3 knockdown rule, or submission.
Ground Shark, he gets to go first. And it looks like round 1 is probably going to consist of a lot of just stiff jabs. It's going to be like Taco Bell dollar burritos to the guts. Back and forth. They both seem to be taking it pretty well, being pretty stable. Nobody's really flinching too much. They both seem to have decent technique. They're hitting in the strike zone. I like how they have catchers that are catching them if they fall back, and they kind of keep them stable. It keeps the pace going. Especially with it being 1-minute rounds, you want to try to keep that pace up to get as much strikes in as possible. Like, look at them. They're halfway through the round and they already have landed 15 strikes each. And don't forget, these guys have already fought matches in this tournament tonight already. So you already know their bellies are feeling like they just binged on taquitos that were sitting in the 7-Eleven roller for 14 hours. So literally at any moment, I'm expecting one of these guys to take a punch to the gut and this happen. And I'm pretty sure there's no rule about stopping the match, so they'd have to continue. But it looks like they both survived the first round. Pants unshitted. So they both win the round, in my opinion. Now it's round 2, so each striker will have 2 strikes each match. And honestly, I think being punched in the gut is almost equally as shitty as being slapped in the face. I personally wouldn't want either to happen to me. And yo, Eeyore's black? I never knew that. No wonder he was so chill with Winnie the Pooh. But here we go. Now they are going to be taking twice as many strikes. It's absolutely insane to me because I just thought to myself that this is the only sport that has butt clinching as a proper defensive tactic. But they probably call it pelvic bracing or some shit like that to make it sound better. Buddy calls you up and you say you're practicing your butt clinch and he's saying what the fuck for, but if you're like, I'm practicing my pelvic bracing to make sure my core's stable during my match, sounds way better in my opinion. But man, these guys are firing off these 1-2s as if they forgot that they can have up to 5 seconds in between each strike. They've already doubled the amount since the first round. They are both beasts, honestly. They have strong, solid cores to be able to just take this amount of punishment constantly. 15 seconds left in what has been a fantastic match so far. I have no idea how the judges are going to call this because I think it's a draw to this point. They both have just been non-stop and neither one of them is budging. And it looks like they are both going to survive the round. So now we're going to have to go down to the judges and see if they're going to round 3 or if the judges can make a decision here.
Let's find out from the judges whether we're going to round 3 or not. That was great.
Just both rounds very close, went back and forth. You guys made adjustments during the rounds. I got to see a third one personally.
So you think you got it as a draw?
Yeah.
All right, Mark's got it as a draw.
I had the
Let's see
first round as a draw also. The second round was looking like a draw, and I mean, you got cracked with a hard shot, CJ, and then you were refusing to tell anybody. So I saw you take like 20 seconds worth of hard strikes. You just didn't want us to judge you for the shot you took. So I think that because CJ didn't give up, I mean, you cracked him with a really hard shot, and he refused to take even a second break, and you could see it on his face. It was rough. But to me, it drove that second round into another draw. So I think we have a third round.
Here we go. Let's go.
Right.
Ooh, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to round 3, and you know what that means. Well, you probably don't because you're new to this sport, which I am too, and I only know due to editing. It's 3 strikes each time they swing. So wasting absolutely no more time, let's get to the final minute of action. I'm expecting this to be a pretty good round. Ooh, it looks like Chowtik fell back a little bit, and Ground Shark falls back a little bit. It looks like they're starting to feel the storm. They're feeling the other rounds, and this is one hell of a brutal round. They may double the amount of punches that they've thrown in the previous 2 rounds, just in this round alone. It's pretty much like taking the entire fight all over faster, and it looks like they both are falling back a little bit more frequently than they were before. The wobbles are starting to kick in. Is either one of them gonna go down? I'll tell you, their cores are strong as fuck. You can't deny that, because my stomach's sore just from watching these two go at it. I never thought I would say this in a YouTube video, but those men are beating each other's guts right up. You could even say bruising them, which sounds suspicious as fuck, but that is exactly what's happening on the screen right now. Ooh, and Ground Shark wobbled back a little bit farther than normal, and Chowtik is still just stable. Oh man, I'm thinking Chowtik pulled this one off, and it's a very, very slim margin. But if I was a judge, I would have to say it was Chowtik by a very slim margin, only because Ground Shark fell back a little bit farther than he did in the other rounds. But that was actually such a close match. But we're going to have to take it down to JT and Mark and see who's going to be the official winner of the match.
First 2 rounds, tight third round, chaotic. I'm very impressed with your cardio. You stayed stiff and strong, solid but tight, but I'm going to edge to you.
So Mark's got chaotic for the win. JT, what do you think?
That was incredible. That was a great fight. And when we started to develop Gut Punch League, like this is exactly what we hoped would happen. I mean, just so much power. I asked you earlier who was punching the hardest in this tournament, and we said that at this point it was Leroy. Is this similar power or more power than you had with Leroy?
I think Leroy hit me harder.
Okay, so basically what we're seeing on your face is just the result of 3 matches within a 2-hour period.
Yeah, might be cumulative, yeah.
Well said. Did you throw your mouthpiece on the floor in defiance, or was that just accidental?
Accident. Okay, I want you to be able to hear me.
Fair enough. Okay, so here's the thing. That was really a great match, but we have to judge this based just on that 3rd round. And Mark, who'd you have winning for this 3rd round?
Chaotic.
I personally thought this was almost too close to call. If we could have a 4th round, I would say let's do a 4th round, but we cannot. And I just want to congratulate our tournament winner, Chaotic.
Ooh, congratulations, Chaotic, and I'll stop calling you Chowtik. I was only joking. Please don't beat me up if I ever see you. But that was an absolutely fantastic match, and that was super close to call. But I have to agree, Chaotic pulled it off just by a little bit. Ground Shark kept wobbling a little bit more than the other rounds. But thank you, PLN, for putting this on. And if you guys enjoy it, go check it out. The full event is on Slap Fight Championship. I'll put the link in the description. Thank you, Ground Shark, for competing, and congratulations, Chaotic, on your win. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, slap that like button, slap that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.